Well, I don't even know how to ask this, but you seem like you're a great businessman. You have a great head on your shoulders. So what happened?
What
famous
happened?
Behind the Music, where we all saw like, holy shit, Hammer was on top of the world, lost it all, and now obviously has brought it right back up.
Well,
but what happened in that time where like you were losing your way?
Loyalty.
Because there were two chain of thoughts for me. One is that it's not like you don't really know. It wasn't no secret. Like, everybody knew that I had 200 employees. It wasn't no secret. So what you think? I was paying them in hamburgers. So you know somebody was paying that payroll, and it wasn't falling. So I was doing that. So if you wanted to now say the story is MC Hammer just pissed his money off when you knew that I was employing 200 people from my community, it said more about you than it did about me. So I didn't go on the radio to defend that. Because if you every now and then somebody would say, after the sensational part of it, they said, he took care of a lot of people. But anyway, we're going right next to the next commercial. So I said, wow, this is very interesting to me. So if a guy that in the middle of the crack era, when everybody was dying, machine guns everywhere, decided he wanted to try to pull some guys out of that, if his fate is to be the guy who we're going to introduce for the next 14 years is, hey, we're going to talk about MC Hammer next, how he pissed off 30 million. Man, that's what you get for trying to contribute to the community. But the guy who might be known for exploiting, and of course, we got our man right now with the hottest record in the world coming on next. He says every in the country needs to drop down now and suck here. Coming up next, our hero. I said, I need to let them do that. And I'm going somewhere else for a while, because that fight I'm not fighting. That's a personal fight. That's your perspective on life, the world, and how you see things. I can't fight that. You got to have what you want. Some people love this. Some people love that.
Never heard your perspective on that whole thing. You only heard other people's
I never did.
Story, yeah.
I never did. For
Don't
the first
hire
time.
nobody.
This is the first time on our Dopey show.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying I never did it because I didn't need to.
Did people take advantage of you? People take advantage of your loyalty, your good nature?
They didn't take advantage of me, because even as you hear me speak, and not to pat myself on the back, but you can see I'm a pretty smart guy. Yeah. So it was not like you was doing a shell game in front of me and I'm picking the wrong P or something. 3-card Molly.
No, I just mean with 200 people, it's a little easier to hide stuff with that many people.
It's a different.
There's a loyalty, but I also think
it's not loyalty in this case per se.
But you're also on a really high level, so when that level started to drop a little bit, it made it tougher to take care of all these people.
We just talking about revenue generation. It's not real complicated. Are you making enough money to sustain the business? It's not. It's not that. So, but from my perspective, it was loyalty. But I just wanted to do loyalty with the interpretation of it. We were dying. This is the real thing. It's not fake. Go and look at the murder rate in my city at the time. My city became very famous for being in the top 3 in homicides. That's where I live. That's where I grew up my entire life. I didn't grow up somewhere else. Some of the people that were dying were my classmates, my neighbors. So when I had the Hammer thing, I would literally call home. I'd be on the road. I'd call home and somebody say, hey, what John doing? What you mean what John doing? John dead. I said, what you mean John is dead? I just talked to him 2 weeks ago. He said, yeah, John dead and Sam killed him. Sam lived 2 houses down from John killed him? Over what? Well, blah, 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 blah. So I say, well, let me speak to Sam then. Hey, Sam, man, check this out, man. Why? Well, I said, why don't you come out here on the road with me, man? I can give you $30,000 a year. I can't give you what you're making on the block. But, man, I can't have you keep doing what you're doing. I mean, you killing the very cats we grew up with. Well, 10 turned to 20, 20 turned to 30. I'm cool with that. I was cool with that because the amount of money that I was generating was worth the lives to me. Now, in retrospect, for the sake of story, I always say, Hammer, if you had to do it all over again, come on, Hammer, just say you kept some of that money. I say, yeah, if I had to do it all over again, I would absolutely, put some of that money in the bank and all that. But the real truth is, not in exchange for the lives that lived, I wouldn't do it. I always knew that I could generate money. Right. I had my first job at 8. At 9. It's very documented. You can go to my Twitter right now and pull up a picture of me and Hank Aaron. It says the 2 Hammers finally meet. Know what the date of the picture says? 1975.
Yeah, I've seen that.
In 1975, I was already in my 3rd year of a job. I've been an entrepreneur from day one, so I'm not ever concerned about generating money, but I got caught up in my humanity.